I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs, crying cause you were alive.
Here we go!
And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. You said forever, now I drive alone past your street. I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone.
Oh, man, she holding
Guess
on.
you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Well, I done heard enough.
Very good. What just happened?
Thank you so much.
You just got a 4-chair turn. Snoop Dogg couldn't even stay in his seat long enough to, like, let you finish the song. What is your name and where are you from?
My name is Sydney Sterlice. I'm 15 years old.
Oh, Lord.
Now Snoop quit.
Wow, 15 years old.
Lord have mercy.
Look, no words are coming out. Okay, are you a big Olivia Rodrigo fan?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw her come up on stage with me at Coachella.
Yeah, I saw that.
I just happen to have her text right here. Let me see if I can. It took me a minute to push my button because it was so unbelievably close to her tone. Now finding out that you're 15 years old, for me, it would be like all about getting to know you and how can we make your style of singing even more saturated with Sydney. That's why this show is so amazing because it's like a boot camp. You will learn so much so quickly. I know what you need. I'm like your mom right now, okay? Like, I'm like the cool mom, though.
You know, Gwen was right when she said you sound a lot like Olivia Rodrigo. That's okay. You know, I remember I got to work with my hero, Tony Bennett. And I said, Mr. Bennett, I have stolen everything from you. And he said, you know, kid, when you steal from one person, you're just a thief. But when you steal from everybody, you can call it research. And that's what we do as artists. We stand on the shoulders of the people that we love, and then we find ourselves. And I love that one of us is going to get to be a part of watching you find yourself. So thank you so much for coming to our show.
Thank you. That's nice, Michael.
You captivated me like I was in church. The way you just held control of the audience. You made me move, you made me get up. I didn't even let you finish, I'm sorry. I haven't heard anybody that sounds as good as you.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
No, you have a beautiful spirit. I would love to coach you, but I'm like, damn, what could I give you when you got everything? But what I could give you is some love and a blank canvas so you can paint a picture on who you really want to be in life.
Thank you.
You've got a maturity to your inner self that comes out from your heart and your soul, and we felt it. Now, Mama Gwen over here, she'd be your mama, I'd be your grandma. I'm just so thrilled that you came on this show, and we're all here to help. So welcome to The Voice, and I'd love to have you on my team.
Thank you so much.
Well, you know, Sydney, I had this little thing happen to me. This little creature came up to my porch. It was like barely alive. And I was like, I love you. You're my new cat, but I don't have a name. And then I thought, oh, maybe I could name it Sydney.
Wow.
last name is Sydney.
He just threw a flag down.
Illegal use of an animal.
That's so cute. I'm actually taking a Claritin right now.
For real, for real, for real. Sydney, who do you choose as your coach?
What do you think?
I would love to work with any of you, but I've had my heart set on Gwen this whole time.